And welcome guys to another little tutorial on our tower defense tutorial. Now in the last video I made some significant changes and things like that, and they were kind of complex, something that you guys may not have dealt with inheritance and some other static referencing type things. And I just want to make sure that I just did not overload you guys with a completely new concept. So this is the other part of the video, a series of refactoring and things. So we talked about the base modes class and everything, but we didn't really talk about these functions. Okay, these functions were not talked about and how this worked. So we're going to go over that majorly. So switch mode state, this is the button anyway. Okay, and well, what I did was take an action. An action is something that uses it just basically, if I wanted to run a void in here, I could do some type of void that does no overload. Like basically, I could go in code and one of these startup things, I can go like equals what's this function called? Push building mode. Push building. Really? No, you can't push that right off the bat. Right off the bat, can you? Probably not. But anyway, these things didn't change, but the push building mode, we put it into an action, okay? And this action, this is how you're assigning it. Building go. And then I have game manager.instance.switch state, and then we got the building. Now, this variable right here is part of our base modes. So if we go into here, we're pushing the state, okay? This right here, this is okay because we're not calling it right at start. Okay, and you're probably thinking, well, what do you mean by that? Well, when we first start up and we spawn our buttons and everything else, this variable, because how this action works, we're just doing a pointer. So when our modes spawns this button, okay, because of how start and update and everything works out, this variable for build may not be, this may be null, okay? At any point, any of these game manager dot variables right here could be null. And the thing about it is, because we spawn these buttons off in the start, and then the base stuff right here gets pretty much filled in by the start of every one of these states right here. In the start right here, we go set shop. Well, the thing is, this could be null, alright, at the very, very beginning. But because this is only called when we go down here to on pointer click, it only happens when we click. It's not when we hover, it's when we click. So any one of these switches could be, you know, null and everything, and we should return out of there. But I don't really think it's necessary to do a null check on this anyway, because you're not really going to be trying to push the state right, like here's the start of the program. It's going to happen like so fast that you're not going to have to deal with it anyway. Okay? And the whole object of this is what sets up everything, and this is the action that we're pointing to. See, do job, we go to the action, push build. So every one of these things, we push build on this, the upgrades, we push upgrade mode, and it just keeps going through these many functions to push the information that we need into there. Okay? Same as we did before, but now we're using an action instead of what we used to do is go object dot new object state object. This right here sucks. Okay? This is what we used to do. We used to have a variable, and then this would go in here and do this. Okay? This is stupid. Always hated it and everything else. Now we can pretty much delete this class entirely. I'm going to leave that up to you guys anyway for that, but it's a lot better to work with. Because now we can use our base modes and push every one of these states. Building, go. Shop, go. See, the action with our inheritance makes these buttons so much easier to work with. And it pretty much goes through all this all at the same time. Sure. I don't like that we've got a function like this all the time. So let's change that. Okay. We need a protected void set trans set name. Okay, and requires a string name. I don't like how it's been doing this right here, and we're going to take this right here and we're going to copy this up here just for giggles and everything else, and name is going to be name. Okay, so now every one of these I can go in here, cross this out, and then we'll go set name, and we take the parameter of a string, and there we go. So I got a simplified thing of it. It does the same thing, but these mini functions like this are a lot better to do, because I think this is a property, ain't it? Or something like that. Object.name. Yeah, I guess, whatever. But yeah, that's a little mini function for us to do. I'll end up changing the rest of them, but it does the same thing. I like it that way. Simple and elegant. So this does all the switching. So, and you guys seen, oh, you guys haven't seen this. Okay, so let's talk about this one next. Okay, Set shop. I'm only going to talk about this one right here, because once you know how to do one, you know how to do all the other states. So you guys aren't going to want to sit here and watch me go through every single one of them and talk about the same thing. That's going to be boring. So I'm going to do one of these, and then you guys should be able to follow along and, you know, do those without sitting here watching me do this. Okay, so shop. We have a public static void shop. Okay, and this must be static because we need you to be able to just push to it and do it. Okay, because if you do it non-statically, you have to instantiate a version of this in order to change this, which would be bad because you'd be making an object and then getting rid of an object. That would be dumb. And two, this is protected. I don't want to. Building mode shouldn't be able to set shop and all kinds of other dumb things. So I required the shop variable, the shop class, to be passed into this. And the variable that I have up here, we assign this that comes from the overload. So we overwrite whatever is in there. If it's null, if it's null, if it was new, we overwrite it. It doesn't matter. We just overwrite it. Okay. Now we go modes.spawn button, and we require the signature of this shop. Well, spawn buttons, you already seen this. This go to declaration. This isn't even used inside the function. I just require the signature. And it spawns a button, adds the component state manager, pushes the shop thing, sets the icon and the name. And that's it. I mean, I don't know what else to say about that one. And yeah. And you know the swapping and everything. So that's the shop right there. And all the rest of them do the same thing. Building mode does the same thing. The interface is the same way. We're not even going to be using this static variable anymore. Yeah. Base modes.set. And you're probably like, well, why don't you inherit from base mode? No. I want to inherit from item database that deals with item stuff. I don't need access to everything that's on the base mode object. I need a mono behavior or my item database. Item database gives me queues and other stuff to make my life easier when it comes in between states. Okay? And the beauty about this is well, you guys will see it in the other videos and stuff like that later on, but you're going to see the item database is going to be sickly freaking awesome. You're going to love it. Trust me on this. It is so much better than what it was before. So these setup things, set for research, upgrade, they're all built around the same concept. So there you go. I mean, all you have to do is in the very start of your states, like shopping, manufacturing, the stuff that you coded, get the base mode and then do a set in the very start of the program. It'll be fine. Don't worry about it. And game resources is about to become obsolete because it sucks. Okay? It's a static class. I mean, yeah, it should exist and everything else, but it's going to be a whole lot better later on anyway. Because I'm going to make it better. So, in any case, what you guys and everything is, I'm going to let you guys go on this video. And in the next video, we are going to deal with the item database probably, actually. Yeah. Well, no, I think we did go over shop. right? We went over the shop stuff. Not really, did we? We didn't really, did we? Well, the buy the shop button, and this does. Actually, I'm okay with a lot of this, except this messenger thing. We're going to change that. So we're going to be changing that. You guys will see it. You guys will love it too. Just if you guys are watching and everything else, I'm going to show you guys a really great way of getting messages across the screen and everything to come up and, you know, deal with the updates and everything. So we're probably going to deal with the shopping part of it. This cost, amount, buying name, setup, get buy object, that's actually fine, but this game resources thing needs to change some. I do know that. But yeah. Take care, guys. Peace out, and thanks for subscribing, watching, and all that good stuff. Just be patient. These refactors are going to be big time useful. Trust me, you guys. If you guys understand what that one script done, you're going to be like, oh my gosh, what have I been doing my whole life? But thanks, guys, and peace out, everybody. Take care, and see you in the next video.